fees directly. Okay. Now, another way that you can make revenue as a service bureau, or John here in this example, is by every funded bank product that goes through the software. So let's say John has a service bureau fee of $30, right? Now, these fees are paid by the tax customers out of their refunds through the bank product process. So let's say Nicole, using John's software, goes out and does 6 bank product returns today. Again, for every bank product that gets funded through the software, John collects $30 on his service bureau fees. So he would then get $180 in revenue from those 6 bank products without having to do a single tax return. And guys, this is where a service bureau's potential can be a massive revenue generator. As you grow and have more tax professionals using your software, you generate revenue off of all of the bank products funded through the software. Guys, let me know in chat. Does that make sense? Did that explanation help you guys? I know we had a little hiccup with the slides there, but does that explanation help you guys understand what it is to be a service bureau? Again, you have your own branded software that you can go and sell to other tax professionals. You collect a fee off of the license sales, renewals, as well as fees on top of bank products. Make sense? Awesome. So as your service bureau has more and more tax professionals using your software, your revenue will grow exponentially as your bank product volume increases. Now, some of you guys may have seen in whatever software you're using a little line item in the bank product called service bureau fees or SB fees. So that's only one of the areas where you as a service bureau can generate additional revenue. Now, if you guys haven't noticed yet, the tax industry is changing, right? It's much harder to go and open an office and hit 800, 1,000 plus returns your very first year. More and more people are joining the industry, and a lot of preparers are actually leaving the offices they work for to start their own office or virtual tax prep service. I'm sure a lot of you guys might be actually those preparers who might have left the offices a couple of years ago to start your own business. It's now more common to have 10 people doing 100 returns each versus one big office doing 1,000 plus returns. Guys, let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Give me a 1 in chat. Have you guys started to see that shift in the industry? Just give me a 1 in chat if you've seen that shift. All these new tax offices opening up, virtual tax prep shops opening up. Yes, Vicky, Nicholas, Virginia, Deshaun, Angela, you guys seen that shift? Well, here's the thing. This is why now more than ever is the best time to start your service bureau. All of those new offices, all those new virtual tax offices you guys see popping up, guess what? They all have one thing in common. They all need tax software. And this tax industry shift presents a massive opportunity for experienced tax professionals just like yourselves to grow your business without having to go and find 1,000 more tax customers. See, because currently for most of you, your main source of income is tax preparation for your business. The problem is it can only grow by acquiring more tax clients, whereas the service bureau model opens up a brand new revenue stream by allowing you to generate revenue off of everyone's volume, not just your own. So think of your network. Think of how many people you know in the industry. Again, Baldeep started his service bureau just with the relationships he built in the industry over the years, and it led to exponential growth. Think about this. How many people over the past few years have asked you to put them on or show them how to get started on their own tax business? But a lot of times in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't really want to go out and create more competition for myself. But now as a service bureau, you actually have a financial motivation to help others grow. Again, you generate revenue off of every bank product funded, not just your own bank products, but bank products from every tax office or preparer that is under your service bureau. So who is this program for? Well, this is for independent tax professionals and tax office owners who are looking to add additional revenue source during the off season. If you're looking to increase retention with your team members and preparers, being able to offer additional incentives and a path to ownership for your team. Many times offices lose preparers and team members because they realize that there's a cap with, how far they can grow with you. But being a service bureau offers you more flexibility and helps your team achieve their goals along with yours, right? Think about it, guys. Losing a preparer could cost you 50, 100 plus returns. I've heard this story time and time again. Oh yeah, so-and-so left me. They took all their customers with them. Would you rather lose them and get nothing or help them go out on their own, help them hit their goals and still generate revenue off their volume along the way? Now, this is also for existing service bureaus who are looking for strategies to grow, who are wanting to increase their revenue per product, increase retention with subsites, and service bureaus who are really just tired of being stuck at the same volume year over year and are looking to stand out and be unique in the market and are wanting more flexibility on what you can offer. And of course, anyone who's just tired of doing tax returns, sick of dealing with the where's my refund, working crazy long hours during tax season and dealing with all the client headaches, or if you're just looking to have a more stable year-round business within the tax industry, then this is for you. So guys, let's talking about some of the fun stuff. Let's talk about some of the different revenue models and growth models for your service bureau. So the first and probably most straightforward way is just simply selling your own branded software to other tax professionals in the industry. This is by far the fastest to launch and leads to more overall volume in your service bureau. We also have a prepare development strategy where you sign up an army of preparers and develop them into EROs over time. And finally, we have a tax academy or, business in a box model where you create a program to introduce new people into the tax industry. Now, there's many, many other ways that you can do this, but these are by far some of the most common ways we've seen to develop your service bureau. Now, guys, regardless of whichever strategy you choose to grow your service bureau, ultimately, you are going to make most of your money and residual income from bank products funded through your software. And so that should always be your core focus when growing your service bureau. All right, so now let's take a look at a couple different strategies and how they can be applied. So we've got Shakara here. She actually started with us back in 2021, and she decided she wanted to go the route of recruiting preparers and developing them into EROs. Now, over the past 2 years, she has absolutely exploded her business. This year alone, she has over 36 EROs and hundreds of preparers on her service bureau. She's cleared well over $100,000 in revenue this tax season just on her software fees alone. And what's even better about Shakara's story is that she enrolled over 45 people onto her mentorship package for additional $112,000 in revenue before the tax season even started. She's well on pace to hit over $250,000 in revenue on her service bureau in her second year on our program. Now let's take a look at selling software directly. So we got Lisa here. She's in her second tax season with us, going on her third, and she absolutely crushes it with her service bureau. She kept it simple and just strictly went the route of selling software to EROs. Now, a little backstory on Lisa. She was actually a reseller and had her tax office with another service bureau before joining our program. She was with them for 4 years and only sold like 15 people on her software. She actually ended up owing the software company's money because the licenses she distributed, they didn't do bank products, and she had to pay for all of their licenses out of pocket. She didn't have control of her costs. She didn't have control of her fees. And most importantly, she didn't have any mentorship or guidance on how to actually grow this type of business. Now, with that being said, her first year with the Service Bureau Accelerator, she ended up enrolling a little under 100 EROs onto her service bureau. She hit her first 6 figures in the business just on her upfront software sales that year before the tax season even started. Building on her momentum, this year, she's already 5x'd her bank product volume and has 300 EROs on her service bureau. Just in January and February of this year alone, she made over $200,000 in service bureau fees. And by the time the season wraps up and the dust settles, Lisa will have generated well over $500,000 in revenue between her upfront sales and service bureau fees and incentives. By next year, without a doubt, she's going to crush that 7-figure mark in her business with no signs of slowing down. And one more thing I always want to mention, guys, while those numbers are impressive, she did all of this without doing a single tax return. She stopped doing taxes and is 100% working smarter, not harder, by being the software provider. Guys, drop a 7 in the chat if you could for me. Drop a 7 in the chat if you've seen people out there promoting their tax softwares, tax academies, tax programs all over social media. Have you guys seen that stuff? Drop a 7 if you've seen that. Drop a 7 in chat if you've seen that, right? People sharing their tax programs, tax academies, tax software, right? Well, here's the secret, guys. Behind the scenes, they're also generating massive revenue on every funded bank product. And so there's no reason why you guys can't go out and do the same. And the Service Bureau Accelerator has already created multiple 6-figure service bureaus like Takia, Chandra, Tia, Medi, Merrick, Tay, Rossi, Joanna, Irene, and many, many more. Everyone had their own journey, and our program will outline and give you growth strategies for whichever path you choose to take in growing your service bureau. So guys, what are your options out there right now if you wanted to go and start your own service bureau? Well, if you go direct to the tax softwares, you're going to pay anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 in annual licensing and branding fees. Some of them won't even let you become a service bureau unless you already have significant volume. Like they literally won't even entertain a conversation with you about it. You're going to get no guidance or support for growth and marketing. All you get is the software. Good luck. You're on your own. And worst of all, if you go software direct, you have to provide your own tech support to all your clients, really limiting your freedom to growth. I could imagine it, guys, if you think of like, the peak of the tax season, right? End of January, early February. And now not only do you have to deal with your customers calling in, but now you've got like random preparers under your clients that are calling you for tech support on the software. Sounds like a nightmare, not a fun time. Another option, you could go to other service bureaus. However, they're typically going to charge anywhere from $3,500 to $8,000 annual licensing fees. They may even add their own fees to your clients without you even realizing it. Sometimes they might even take a percentage of prep fees, and still there's going to be no guidance or support for growth or marketing because at the end of the day, they're just too focused on trying to grow their own service bureau versus helping you hit your goals. Or you can partner with us on your own service bureau, and just by doing this, you will immediately generate more revenue per bank product on your existing business. Plus, you'll get your own branded software, you'll have control of all your fees, and you'll have actual trainings and strategies to make sure you are successful. So guys, now you know what a service bureau is, how the tax industry is changing, why now more than ever is the best time to start a service bureau, and how service bureaus generate revenue. So from here, you guys basically have three options in front of you, right? Option one, you can do nothing with what you've learned today and continue as you were. Keep working on your tax business. Have fun. Best of luck to you. Option two, you can try and go out and do everything on your own, still with no guidance, support, or training on how to actually grow a service bureau, and probably get a really bad deal and have to pay every year for licenses and software. Or option three, you can leverage our experience, join a community of over 500 like-minded service bureaus, get the best deal in the industry on your service bureau, and let us walk you through every step of the process to becoming a seven-figure service bureau with the Service Bureau Accelerator. So guys, let me know in chat, drop the number, which option sounds better to you. Option number one, number two, or number three. Three. I'll hang out for a couple seconds. Now there's a bit of a delay. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your interaction, everything like that. I do apologize at the beginning for that little tech issue. I didn't realize my slides were not updating. But again, it is live. So that's always the fun stuff with live calls. You guys will experience this as you start doing presentations for your service bureau. Awesome. So tons of threes, right? Cool. So guys, is it okay now? Just give me a yes in chat. Is it okay if I can spend a couple minutes, break down what option number three looks like? Is that cool, guys? We'll go through the whole process, show you guys what's included, how to get started, everything like that. Priscilla, yes. Yes. Awesome, guys. All right. Again, appreciate your interaction. Keeps the energy up. So let's dive into it. So it is with my pleasure to introduce to you guys the Service Bureau Accelerator, really the only program on the planet to help you start, grow, and scale a successful service bureau. So let's break down what's included in the program. Now, once you guys get enrolled in the program, the very first part is what we call our white glove onboarding. So this is where we begin the process of collecting all the information we need to get your software and service bureau set up and launched. Now, as you go through the steps, you're going to have direct access to our team to answer any and all questions that you may have. This first part is the enrollment call. This is where we just reach out to you, make sure you get set up on our training support platforms and know exactly how to get started. We make sure you also get access to the intake portal and give you all the details on what we need to get you moving forward. Then once the intake is complete, you're going to then dive right into the Service Bureau Accelerator Foundations. This is where we cover everything you need to know about the fundamentals, like what are add-on fees versus service bureau fees, how do they pass down to your subsites. All the numbers and metrics are going to be explained, simplified, and laid out for you. Plus, as it's all going to be recorded content, you can always go back and revisit some of the trainings for a refresher, as these videos will be available to you 24/7 year-round. And then last but not least, to wrap up your onboarding, you're going to be invited to a live Service Bureau Accelerator kickoff call. We actually have one coming up for our group in about 30 minutes. And this is where we just really make sure you can hit the ground running. So on the kickoff call, we'll be reviewing foundations, understanding your fees, knowing where you make money as a service bureau, your roles and responsibilities as a service bureau, and finally, determining your road to success. And that basically covers your next steps to jumpstart your service bureau. From there, as you're going through the intake process, one of the steps will be to provide your software brand name and logo. Now, in the past, we've seen far too many people waste hours and hours trying to come up with a perfect software name. And so as a part of our program, we're going to provide you with quick tips and best practices on coming up with a name for your software. Once you've come up with a name, our team is then going to go and generate a series of different logo varieties and options for you to choose from for your logo and brand. This also includes an entire done-for-you brand guide to make sure all of your branding and marketing stays on point. Also included is a series of branded social media templates that you can use for marketing your software from day one. Guys, long story short here, you're going to save a ton of time, headaches, and money by having all these marketing assets available as a part of our program. And of course, you're going to get all of the original artwork files as well so that you own your brand. And you can leverage this package through the years as you grow your service bureau. You can use it for your own branded swag boxes, software mockups, use them on your websites, your funnels, anything you can think of. Guys, we've paid well over $2,000 in the past to have professionally designed logos and brand guides created. And you're going to get all of this as well as the original artwork files included with our program. So at this point, guys, you've completed onboarding. You've now got a professional software name, logo, and branding that really stands out. What are the next steps? That's going to be the service bureau setup and build out. So now that your brand is done, our team can now go through all the steps of actually creating your branded software and service bureau. Now, the entire build out process takes anywhere from 7 to 10 business days. So the sooner you complete onboarding, the faster you'll officially become a service bureau with your branded software and licenses. Now, guys, we've gone through this process literally hundreds and hundreds of times, and I can tell you that there has never been an easier way for you to get your software set up and service bureau launched than through our program. Again, our team is going to go to work for you on your behalf. We're going to carry all the heavy or take care of all the heavy lifting, all the back and forth with the software to get it set up and launched. Now, real quick, let's also talk about the actual tax software. Now, with our program, you have the choice between 3 different software options. Ultimately, guys, at the end of the day, all of these tax softwares, they do the exact same thing. Whatever software you're using right now, these all do the same thing. The only difference is how you input the data, right? Now, however, depending on your specific situation, we will provide you with a recommendation on what is the best option for you to go with, but we'll get into that a little bit more later on. Now, once you have your service bureau launched and set up, we're going to dive right into the service bureau operations and software training. Now, while most of you are familiar with using the tax software to do returns, what you're going to be learning this part of the program is how to operate the software as a service bureau. Now, I see some questions coming in, guys. Please hold those to the end. We'll spend plenty of time breaking down if you guys want to go into that stuff. We'll have plenty of time to go through all your questions at the end of the call. Now, in this part of the program, we're going to cover exactly how to manage your software, like the entire setup process to enroll your customers on your software. That includes things like setting up new licenses on your software, creating their login credentials, setting up security permissions, and so on. You're going to have access to on-demand trainings along with multiple one-on-one walkthrough calls to really break down each part of the software so that you become a master at navigating through the software. Guys, one thing we've noticed after working with over 400 service bureaus is that once you have the foundations down of really understanding how the software works on the back end, you're going to gain the confidence of being a software expert, which will help you go out and close more deals and enroll more EROs onto your software. And that is why we've completely restructured this part of our program to really ensure that you become the expert so you can go out and start selling and onboarding new customers as fast as possible. Guys, this is the only training of its kind in the entire industry. And of course, it's included in our package. Now, in addition to this, some of you guys might be thinking, well, what about training my customers, right? What if the software is new to my customers? How do I train them up? Well, we also include training videos for your clients done for you that they have access to from within their software. So we've literally taken all the guesswork out of it for you. Now, so far, guys, we've onboarded you onto the program, right? We've set up your brand and logo. We've built your software and then provided you with all the trainings you need to become a professional service bureau. Does all that make sense so far, guys? Let me know in the chat. Just give me a yes if you're still with me. Does that make sense? You guys see the whole build out process? Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now what happens if one of your clients prepares doesn't know how to navigate through the software, right? What happens if they're getting like a weird bug and they need to call someone for help? Well, typically as a service bureau, you're the one responsible for tech support. But through the Service Bureau Accelerator program, we are going to include as a part of the package our industry-leading platinum software tech support. Because if you were to go out and start your own service bureau direct through the software companies, you have to provide your own tech support or pay them every year to use their support services. Now, I don't know about you guys, but having to pay separately for tech support, or even worse, having to hire a bunch of tech support reps and train them is really not where I want to be spending my time, let alone having that ridiculous overhead expense as well. So instead, with our program, you're going to have a dedicated phone number placed directly on your software that anyone using your software can call and get support. So here's how it works. We basically negotiated a service contract with one of the leading software support companies in the industry to handle all of the support calls for every service bureau through this program. Now, they actually handle all the overflow support calls for one of the leading software companies. Needless to say, these guys are legit and they ramp up their call floor just for tax season, which means anyone using your software will always be able to call and get support and get someone on the phone. Ultimately, one of the biggest benefits you guys have is really leveraging our support relationships because, again, if you were to create a service bureau direct with the softwares, they're going to require you to do your own tech support for all your clients, or you can pay them, and this is an actual real quote we have on screen here, you can pay them $2,500 for 200 phone calls and $13 each for every additional phone call after, even if it's only a minute long. This is the actual quotes, the numbers that are out there, but you guys don't have to worry about this at all because we're going to provide you with scalable tech support included as a part of our package. So again, guys, let's review everything that's included in the program so far. You get the white glove service bureau onboarding, which includes the one-on-one enrollment call, making sure you're set up in all the platforms, go through the intake process, complete foundations, and then finally kickoff call to really jumpstart your service bureau. You'll also get our software branding and logo design package. So again, all the best practices on guidelines on creating your software. We will then go to work, create your brand, create your logo, as well as a brand guide and social media templates for you to leverage. Next is the service bureau setup and build out. This is where we go to work and handle all the back and forth and get your software and service bureau created. Then we have the service bureau operations and software training, how to operate the software as a service bureau, walking you through how to set up clients, issue licenses, create login credentials, and multiple additional one-on-one walkthrough calls. So you guys really become the service bureau expert. And then finally, platinum software tech support package. Never have to deal with incoming tech support calls. You'll have a dedicated phone number placed directly on your software that anyone can call to get support. Guys, all this is included in the first part of the Service Bureau Accelerator program, altogether easily valued at $6,985. Guys, let me know in the chat. Does all this make sense so far? Just give me a number 2 in the chat. Does all this make sense? Do you guys see how easy it is for the process for you to get your service bureau set up and launched? Drop a 2 in the chat if you're with me here. Right? The onboarding, the setup, the build out, the branding, the training. Awesome. Of course, the tech support as well. That's a huge one. Cool. All right. So now that you guys have your service bureau set up, right? At this point, you've got everything set up. You're launched. Let's now start talking about the fun stuff. Let's look at how you're going to go out and grow your service bureau. And that's where we kick things off with the 7-figure service bureau playbook. Here's the thing, guys. We've studied the industry. We've seen the data. Not only that, but we've actually walked the walk and we have the results to back it up. There is nowhere else in the industry where you can get proven strategies that have created multiple 6- and 7-figure service bureaus. It simply just does not exist anywhere else. In this training, guys, we are going to completely break down the service bureau industry inside out. You're going to learn the different revenue models within the service bureau industry. We're going to break these down with the pros and cons, and most importantly, guide you into the right path for how you want to succeed. And we cover in depth everything you need to know about launching a tax academy to recruit new people into the industry, or even better, going after existing preparers and EROs to get them to use your software versus their current provider. You're also going to get exclusive access to our prepare development strategy, which breaks down how to build a 7-figure service bureau by taking a preparer and elevating them through the industry to becoming an ERO, all the way to starting their own service bureau directly under you. Guys, the industry has been completely stagnant in this area with so many people just slapping their logo on a software and selling it for free and then hitting their customers on the back end with ridiculous fees. You're going to learn the right way to grow your service bureau by positioning yourself as more than just software with additional value-added resources as well as retention strategies to ensure you guys see long-lasting growth to rapidly scale your business. Now, once you nail down how you want to grow your service bureau, we'll show you how to package, name, and sell your service bureau offers. Now, this is something that helped Chandra see massive growth in her service bureau last year. She said all those small details, how to name your program, packaging it, laying out what's included, what words to use when selling it, really make my program stand out for the rest. And you guys take the time to lay it all out. Inside our training, guys, we're going to show you how to truly separate yourself and create a unique program that stands out to help you dominate the market, along with everything you need to know about the service bureau sales process, how to sell and present the software to convert offices and other tax professionals onto your software versus their current providers. We even have done for you sales presentations, kind of like the one that you guys are on right now. So if you don't, so that basically you don't have to guess on what to say and when to say it. A quick little example, guys. This slide that you see here, this presentation, I talked with one of our members about a month ago. He took this exact same presentation and went out and generated $40,000 in upfront sales using this presentation that we provide for you in our program. And most importantly, guys, because I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, I'm not good at sales or I don't know how to sell. Guys, we're going to break down how easy it is just to turn a sales call into a simple conversation to get someone moving forward and sign up with your service bureau. Again, guys, our program is about helping you scale, and we can only do that by giving you as many resources as possible to accelerate your growth. So now that you know what your service bureau package is and how to sell it, now it's about putting your offers in front of the right people. And that's where marketing mastery comes in. This is where we take a deep dive into how to grow your service bureau. Now, we obviously know how to get in front of tax office owners, right? All you guys on this call right now, you're all within the industry. We're going to show you how to do the same. Guys, we literally pull back the curtains. We're going to show you exactly what we do, and we're going to break down over 11 different strategies on marketing, such as leveraging Facebook groups and networks, how to create automated appointment funnels so you have prospects booking on your calendars while you sleep, as well as complete paid advertising training module. This breaks down exactly how to create captivating ad copy, how to set up a Facebook and Instagram ad campaign, all the way to ad targeting to show you how to grow your service bureau nationwide. Now, with that being said, we also want to make sure you're equipped with the right tools to market and build your service bureau. And so we've partnered with Tax Nitro to offer an exclusive service bureau package with their marketing software. This will include a pre-designed service bureau website and funnels to market your business, custom branded service bureau website to help brand and promote your service bureau. You'll also have access to unlimited training portals for your service bureau so you can package, sell, and host any of your own tax academies or any value-added trainings you want to provide. Everything you need will be configured in your account when you sign up with Tax Nitro through our program. Now, quick note, an additional subscription is required for this package, but it is completely optional for those of you who wish to jumpstart your service bureau marketing. Now, for those of you who do take advantage of the Tax Nitro package, you're also going to get exclusive access to our value-added trainings that you can offer with your software. Guys, one thing that's always in the back of someone's mind when starting out, and I'm sure a lot of you guys might be thinking about this right now, is why would someone use my software if they're already direct with a software or they already have the same software, right? Like, well, what's going to differentiate myself from everyone else? Some of you guys are probably thinking that right now. Well, here's the deal. 9 times out of 10, when someone is getting software, either direct with the software companies or from another service bureau, typically all they get is just software and tech support, right? That's it. Think of you guys right now, like, what do you get from your current provider? Software and tech support. That's it, right? Nothing else. Well, one of the core concepts that we share with our members, which has been one of the keys to a lot of our service bureaus generating massive sales and rapid growth, is positioning their software package with value-added trainings and resources. We want you to offer more than just software to not only increase customer retention, but also give you a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Now, while the concept is simple, over the past 2 years, we've seen a lot of people struggle with come up with additional trainings, resources, and value adds that they could confidently create and package with their software offers. And so for the first time ever, we decided, you know what? Let's just take all the guesswork out of it. And we created a software value asset package for everyone who enrolls in the program this year. So this package is complete with a series of bonus training, resources, and strategies that you can give your customers along with your software that are specifically designed to deliver massive value and help them grow their tax business. This way, you can offer more than just software and tech support like everyone else, and you'll be able to leverage this package to separate yourself from the competition and offer more value to your clients to ultimately sign up more offices onto your software. So again, guys, to recap everything else that we just covered, when you enroll the program, you also get access to the 7-figure service bureau playbook, where we break down all the different revenue models to successfully grow your service bureau. You get the bulletproof sales strategies and training, how to name your program, packaging it, laying out what's included, what words to use when selling it to really make your program stand out. Marketing mastery training, over 11 different strategies to accelerate your service bureau growth, like leveraging Facebook groups and networking, as well as a complete Facebook and Instagram paid advertising course, all a part of this program. You'll also get the Tax Nitro exclusive service bureau marketing package, where you get a done-for-you branded service bureau website with appointment calendars and so much more. Again, there is an additional subscription for Tax Nitro. However, with our program, you do actually get an exclusive discount for Service Bureau Accelerator members only. And then finally, the software value asset package, done-for-you trainings and resources that you can offer with your software to really separate yourself from all the rest of the noise out there. So guys, everything we've just covered is by far the most comprehensive service bureau package in the industry. Literally nothing else comes even remotely close to that, and we guarantee it. However, there is a couple more things that we want to cover that's truly going to give you guys a competitive advantage that no one else outside of our program has access to. If you were to go and purchase a service bureau outside of our program, your biggest expense every year is going to be license fees. Most softwares will typically charge you for every single ERO you set up on your software. And as you grow to 10, 20, 50, 100 EROs, this can easily get into the tens of thousands of dollars that you have to pay every single year. And so with that being said, with our program, you get unlimited licenses for your software, meaning you can go and sell as many offices as you want. It costs you nothing, $0. Right? This means you can go and sell your branded software for $1,000 every year to as many clients as you want without any additional cost to you. Guys, let me know in the chat before I continue. Does all that make sense? Just give me a yes in chat. Do you guys see the potential of being the provider and being able to charge whatever you want for your branded software with no additional fees to you? Give me yes in chat. Does that make sense, guys? Awesome. I really want to make sure that that sinks in. Again, unlimited software license fees. There's no additional cost to you. Sell 10, 20, 100 people. No additional fees. Awesome. All right, let's continue. Now, we're not just here to help you out with tech support. We're also here to help you with every aspect of your service bureau business. So whether you need guidance on implementing something in our training, need us to take a look at your presentation, maybe you want us to review your offer stack or need some extra guidance on launching your ad campaigns, whatever it is, guys, we've been there and we can guide you through it with our year-round support. Again, our program is designed to help you start and grow a successful service bureau business. And in order to ensure you hit your goals, we've set up dedicated support channels that you will have access to so that whenever you need help, you can reach out to us directly and we'll get you moving forward. Now, if that's not enough, we're also bringing back our accelerator coaching calls. So these are our exclusive interactive coaching calls that are going to be held live inside our program to give you real-time strategies on what's working today. Here's just a few examples of some of the coaching calls we held last year in the program. We had the fast action strategy and prospecting sales scripts, the presentations that close deals, how to build a seven-figure service bureau with the prepared development strategy, developing a bulletproof sales process for your service bureau, how to create irresistible offers, packaging and pricing, and many, many more. Again, all of these are exclusive coaching calls for members of this program, and nothing else like this exists anywhere in the industry. Now, one of my most favorite parts of the Service Bureau Accelerator program is something that everyone told us that we were going to be crazy to do. They asked us, they're like, how can you have all of your members in one group? Aren't you afraid they're going to be talking to each other? There's a reason why service bureaus don't do this. They're all in competition with each other. Guys, we literally heard every single reason why we shouldn't do it. But all we said was those things would be a problem if we were ripping people off like all these other service bureaus and softwares do every year. But since we don't have to worry about that, we did it. And never before in the history of the industry has there been a community of service bureaus all sharing strategies and helping each other grow. And guys, this has been by far one of the most favorite parts of our program for everyone that joins. And one more thing, guys, before we wrap it up, as we mentioned, we want to provide our partners with the best options possible to give you the most room for growth. And so on our program, there are no yearly fees. Guys, once you get your software and service bureau set up, you will never have to pay for your software again. Now, you can keep charging people for it, of course, right? Charging those renewal fees, go get your money. But you as a service bureau, you're done. You never have to pay for your software again. You keep 100% of your add-on fees. You keep 100% of your service bureau fees. This is by far the best service bureau package in the industry. So again, a recap of everything else that we just covered. You'll also get unlimited software licenses, right? Again, go sell 50, 100, 500 people, doesn't matter. Sell them onto your software, no additional cost to you. Dedicated Service Bureau Accelerator support channels, meaning whenever you need help, you got a place to reach out to us and get assistance whenever you need it. The accelerator coaching calls, those exclusive interactive coaching calls within the group to show you what's working now, new strategies to help you hit your goals. Exclusive Service Bureau Accelerator community access where you can join a group of over 500 like-minded service bureaus, everyone working alongside each other and helping each other to grow their business. And last but not least, no yearly fees. Again, guys, once you're inside the program, you will never have to pay for your software again. Keep charging your users their yearly license fees, of course, but you will never have to pay again for your service bureau software on our program. So guys, real quick, let me know in the chat if you're ready to see how you can get started with the Service Bureau Accelerator. Just give me a yes in chat if you're ready to see how you can get started. Virginia, yes. Virginia, you've been like the first commenter. Every questions I ask Virginia, you're like, bam, you're the first one. Appreciate it. Vicky, Louise, Deshauna, Tracy, Andreas, Sarah, Julia, awesome guys, awesome guys. Again, appreciate the interaction. So let's do a quick recap of everything that's included in the program, and I'll guide you guys through the steps on how you can get started. So again, the program kicks off with the white glove service bureau onboarding. Then we do the software branding, logo design, complete with social media templates. You get the service bureau set up and build out, the service bureau operations and software training, including videos for your users, platinum software tech support package, seven-figure service bureau playbook, the marketing mastery training, Tax Nitro exclusive service bureau marketing package, software value asset package, bulletproof sales strategies and trainings, unlimited software licenses, dedicated Service Bureau Accelerator support channels, accelerator coaching calls, community access, and no yearly fees. Guys, everything included in the Service Bureau Accelerator program is worth well over $24,000, but that is not how much you'll have to invest today. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this where they start like hacking and slashing the prices. Like, you won't have to pay this much, not even that much. I know a lot of you guys have seen it, and honestly, I hate doing it, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you how much you won't have to pay. Instead, we'll just get straight to the point. You can enroll and get access to everything we've covered inside of the Service Bureau Accelerator for a one-time payment of only $19.97. Or if need be, you can break it out into 3 payments for a total of $24.97. So guys, if this is something that you're interested in, there's a link that just dropped in the chat. There's a button that popped up on your screen. go ahead, click that button, and it's going to take you over to the application form really quick to fill out. Once you're done filling out the application form, you'll be able to schedule a quick call so we can chat more specifically about your situation and make sure it is a good fit. Now, guys, when you are booking your call, please, please, please make sure that you're scheduling time when you're at home, when you're in your office, so you can give it your full attention. Please do not book a call when you're going to be driving or at the doctor's office. We are just simply going to reschedule you. Okay. So please, you need to be at a computer. So if need be, we can share our screen and send you information. Now, if you guys miss your call, the system will only allow you to schedule once. So please keep in mind, if you're interested in this, make sure you block your calendars and do not miss this call. We value our time just as much as you value yours. So please make sure you commit to the time when booking with us. Okay. So again, there's a button on your screen. There's the link in the chat. Go ahead and click on it. It's going to bring you over to a page that looks like this. So this is our little application form. Very simple to fill out. You're just going to begin with your name, first name, last name, email address, phone number, and company name. And then we have a couple questions for you just to quickly fill out. So the first question is, how many funded bank products do you process every year? You can click on the drop down and just select whatever number range is closest to the volume that you currently do. Then what is your current tax software provider? So there's a bunch of very familiar brands that you can select from on this list. If you don't know, if you don't see it on the list, you can put other and just fill in whatever your software is. Next question, is your software provider a service bureau or are you direct with the software? So if you're under a service bureau and you know that, you can just select this button, write in whatever the name of the service bureau is that you're under. If you're not sure or if you're direct with the software, just select direct with the software and we can always figure that out on the call. Then last but not least, there's a little upload field here to upload a bank product fee screenshot. Now, the reason why we ask for this is optional. If you don't have access to it right now, that's fine. We'll send you a link before your call so you can always upload it later. But it's really great to do this if you can pull a little fee screenshot of your current software. And what we're looking for is when you're doing a bank product, the list of line items, all those fees, right? The service bureau fee, the transmitter fee, the bank fee, all of that stuff. If you can send us a screenshot, we can actually do an exercise with you on the call where we look at your numbers and show you how much money you're leaving on the table that you could literally put into your own pocket just by becoming a service bureau and using your own software. So really fun exercise. We've actually done them sometimes live on these calls where we do the numbers and it's like $10, $15, $20,000 that we can put back into your pocket with you just becoming your own service bureau. So it's really, really educational to kind of go through those fees. So if you can upload it, you can do that now. If not, don't worry about it. We'll send a link that you can upload at a later date. So once you're done your application, hit submit. It's going to take you over the calendar page where then you can select a date and time where you can book in for an appointment with our team. So once you select a date and time, fill out your information and click schedule your call. So that's it, guys. That is the steps there on how you can get started with our program. Again, my program just closed down there. We'll have, there we go. Again, if you guys have not yet, there's a button on your screen, the link in the chat. You can click that link. It's going to take you over the application page. Fill out that application, schedule your call. And then if you guys are done, if you have no more questions, feel free to jump off. Thank you all so much for being here. For those of you who do have questions, once you're done your application and booked your call, jump back in here. Happy to spend some time going over any last questions you guys have just to get all your questions answered. So I see, okay, cool. Yeah, so we got a handful of applications already coming in. You guys are booking calls. Perfect. Again, don't forget to book your call after you fill out the application. Yeah, Tracy, I think their Monday was available for scheduling. Yeah, we don't let people book too far out because honestly, if people book too far out, they just no show. Just happens. So we limit how far out you can book. But yeah, you should be able to book for Monday, Tracy, if you see that on the calendar. Antonio, complete my application. What's the difference? So it depends, Antonio, right? It depends where you're coming from. That's why we always have like a call afterwards, just because it depends on what software you're coming from. Let me see if I can see your application. Probably. Okay. So you don't do bank products. Depends what you do. If you do a little bit more business stuff, we'd probably recommend like Pro Series just so that you have a little bit more of a familiar software for your office. Yeah. So if you're doing Pro Series, we would suggest like OLT Pro as an example, right? But again, at the end of the day, and here's like the biggest differentiator is that, and we talk about this a lot, is like taking off your prepare hat and putting your service bureau hat on, right? While yes, you obviously want to use your own software for your tax preparation company because any bank products that you do, You want to do it through your service bureau software because you're going to make more money there, right? But at the end of the day, the service bureau, it's a completely separate business. You're selling tax software. You can sell whatever tax software you want. It doesn't matter if you know how to use it or not as a preparer, because we're going to have all the training videos and everything like that provided for you that you just give to your clients, right? So you don't really have to train. Like I've talked to a lot of people in our program. They're like, oh no, I don't train my people. I just give them the software, send them the videos, and they learn how to use it. And if they ever get stuck or don't know where something is, guess what? They just call tech support. So you don't have to be a software expert. Like you don't have to know how to do tax returns inside the software, right? You just need to simply sell the software. And that's what we're kind of going to be showing you guys how to do. So it's just like, I know a lot of people think, well, I have to know the software. You don't actually have to know it. It obviously helps. But we're going to, and you have plenty of time to actually learn the software. Like we teach you all the back ends. So you'll be able to really kind of be more familiar with the software, especially if it's a new software that you've never used before. I hope that makes sense, Antonio. I hope that kind of answers the question. Tax software you work with, Crosslink, TaxSlayer, OT, are you work with us to realize what is? Yes, exactly, Louise. That's why we have you book that call, because then we can kind of take a look at like what software you're coming with. So like my tax prep office, right? I would suggest like, I mean, either Slayer or OT. It's kind of really depends what you want to do and how you want to grow the business. And that's why we have that call to kind of go over that with you and figure out what software is going to work for you. Is there any process we need to do with IRS for IRS accepted e-file? No, so that's like bank enrollment when you're setting your ERO up. As a service bureau, there's no requirements to become with the IRS to be a service bureau, right? There's no requirements to actually become a service bureau. Like that's all on the EROs. So if you're setting up your own office, you'll set them up in the software. All the software integrates it, like it electronically transmits to the IRS. There's really nothing else you need to do. You just enroll your office in the banks, and then you're up and you're launched. The software mentioned have their own service bureau program. Is that a problem? The software mentioned, I'm not sure what you're asking there, Louise. The training mentioned about, we're also training on income. The training you mentioned is only about the use of the program, or also training on income tax. Oh, okay. I see what you're asking. Like the like done for you trainings that we have, the little training package. So that good question. That asset package is something new that we put together. And what's included in there is basically a series of trainings to help your clients grow their business, how to market, how to acquire more customers, how to offer better offers and incentives on their, for their business. There's a bunch of training videos that's going to show them how to grow their business. We do not get involved in like tax law and like how to do tax returns and stuff. Like that's completely outside of the service bureau and like the software industry. So if you want to include that though, if you want to create your own training and offer that, you can do that. But we don't get involved with that stuff. It's just more about like some simple videos and trainings that apply to pretty much every business. Yeah, they all have their own service bureau programs, but they all suck, honestly. I'll tell you straight up. Yeah, you could go direct to those software companies, but they have their own program. It's actually a lot more beneficial usually to start a service bureau through another service bureau, because like our scenario as an example, we have a huge amount of volume that goes through our software. And so we've negotiated deals. That's why like unlimited software licenses, all this stuff, if you went direct to the software companies, Louise, you're not going to get that deal, right? You're going to have to pay every year for software licenses. You're going to have to pay for your own tech support. Because you're starting from scratch, they're not going to give you good deals. Whereas with our program, we already get those deals by default because we have massive volume. So we just basically pass those deals down to you. Yeah, great questions, guys. Will live support be provided when people are having troubles during tax season? Yes, exactly, Sarah. Now, if they're having trouble with a tax return because they don't know how to do taxes, tech support, I want to be very clear on this, that is not tech support's role, right? Tech support is to help them navigate the software. If they're having issues, if they're having a glitch in the software, if they don't know where to find a form or anything like that, that's where tech support comes in to help them navigate the software. They are not going to show them how to do a tax return. Well, yeah, the other thing, Louise, as well. Yeah, good mention there, Jameson. So with other tax softwares, if you get their service bureau program, you're literally just getting the software. That's it. They're not going to show you how to grow the business. They're not going to teach you how to market. They're not going to teach you how to sell. The presentation that you guys are watching right now, we literally give you a template presentation that you can use and go and sell. You're not under the profile of our customers. I'm sorry. Good luck. That's literally, Louise, I said that in the earlier slides. Some of them will not even entertain a conversation with you, right? Like they won't. They won't. Now, here's the thing, Louise. I do see that you don't offer bank products. Honestly, if you do not offer bank products yourself and are not in the bank product industry, I will tell you that the service bureau may not be a good fit for you. That's why we have these calls, because the service bureau business model isn't for everyone. If you don't do bank products, this isn't a good fit for you. Now, if you don't do bank products yourself in your own office, just because your customers don't want to use them, but you do offer them and you are familiar with the bank product industry, then that's fine. You're good, because where you're going to make the most revenue as a service bureau is by enrolling offices who do use bank products, right? So any of those early season offices who work with the early season filers who are going to be using bank products, who pay out of their refund or use like cash advance products, those are the types of offices that you want to go and sell your software to and set them up on your software. That is where you're going to make money and make the most revenue on your service bureau. It's not those $1,000 license fees or renewals. Those are nice, right? Having that upfront sales, having that upfront revenue coming in is nice. But the long-term strategy, the long-term growth of your service bureau is on bank product volume. We go through that like many, many times. So Kurt, it depends on the software. We'll go through that with you, but for an example, so like for TaxSlayer, right? If you wanted to get set up on TaxSlayer, if you were actually, here's another thing too that we don't even talk about. If you were to go direct with the software companies, like if you were to go direct to TaxSlayer, I believe it's $24 is the base transmitter fee. With us, it's $21. So you actually have a cheaper transmitter fee out the gate compared to going direct with software. Now, you can add on to that as a service bureau. That's where you can go in and you can add an extra 20 bucks on the transmitter fee. So it's $41 to any of the EROs using your software, right? But you get $20 per bank product. That gets kicked back to you, as well as you have a service bureau fee and a lot of other buckets where you can add additional revenue per bank product. Louise, okay, I have bank products, but yeah, they're not buying it. Okay, yeah, awesome. Then you're good. We always ask that question because sometimes we do have people come in who just do business returns. They're like, no, I'm an accountant or a CPA. I just do business returns. Honestly, service bureau is probably not a good fit for you. Because if you're not familiar with the bank product industry, you're going to have a really hard time understanding that subset of the niche and being able to market and work with those types of tax offices if you're not already in that subset of the industry, right? It is very niched, so it's not always the best fit for everyone, I should say. Yes, Antonio, it's all professional grade tax software, right? Just like, I mean, it's not a multi-billion dollar company like Intuit is, but yes, all the software, it's professional grade software. They have yearly updates. Everything is included. And the nice thing is the two main softwares that we suggest, Slayer and OLT, they're all cloud-based software, so they're all online. So they automatically update every year, and any changes to the tax law or anything like that, it's automatically updated in the software, so you don't have to worry about it. And as a service bureau, you don't have to distribute like updates, software downloads, and stuff like that because it's all virtual, right? All of your clients, everyone gets updated. Yeah, perfect. CPA, is the tax software appropriate for CPA? Again, for CPA firms, like if you want something more like robust and more holistic for CPAs, like if you're doing bookkeeping, accounting, as well as tax prep, like everything like that, probably not the best fit. And again, if that's who you're wanting to go after, Antonio, I do not recommend the service bureau for you. Honestly, if you're going to go after like CPAs and other firms like that, it's not a good fit just because again, you are not going to make enough revenue as just selling licenses one at a time and getting the renewal fees. It's really not worth the effort involved. I'm just being straight up. It's probably not the best effort. Now, if you're going to go work with other EROs who are doing bank products, who are doing those simple returns, leveraging bank products, 100% it's worth your time and energy. But if you're not going after that demographic, I honestly do not recommend it. Yeah. Sarah, will this provide a software with business? Yes. Yep. Individual corporate returns, they all do the same. Yep. Yeah, Louise, unlimited e-files as well. So transmission fees is just on bank products, right? So if you're just doing like a 1040 easy and you're just submitting, yeah, go for EROs then, Antonio. Yeah. Louise, yeah, if you're just doing a regular e-file, there's no e-file fees. You have unlimited e-files. There's no fees for it. But if you're using a bank product, that's where there's the transmitter fee, you have the bank product fee, and then you can also add on a service bureau fee if you want as a service bureau. That's where the fees kind of add in when you're doing a bank product for a customer. Cash advance or just having them pay out the refund, that's where those fees are at. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, I would love to spend a couple more minutes here, but I actually got to take off. We got our kickoff call for some of our new members that I got to go jump on. So appreciate everyone for being here. Again, guys, if you have not yet done so, there's the button on your screen. You can click that button on your screen. There's a link in chat as well. Jameson will drop in a couple seconds here. Click that button or click the link. It'll take you to the application. Get that application filled out. Book your one-on-one call with us, and we'll be able to spend plenty of time on the phone with you, answer any questions you guys may have. Okay? Awesome, guys. Well, again, thank you all so much for being here. We really look forward to working with you, and we'll look forward to speaking with you on your next call. Thanks again, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.